Now, let's take our viewers through the sequence of events when it comes to the docking of IRIS Lavan here in India. We'll take you through the timeline of events as well. So, Iran sought assistance from India and got in touch with Indian authorities on the 28th of February, claiming that one of their ships happens to be in the neighborhood and therefore can it be allowed to dock in India. On the 1st of March, India approves that request and essentially tells Iran that this particular ship, IRIS Lavan, can dock in Kochi. On the 4th of March 2026, IRIS Lavan safely docks in Kochi, and on the same day, 183 crew members who are part of that ship are hosted in an Indian naval facility where they continue to remain. So this is, of course, the sequence of events. Now, as far as the Iranian frigate IRIS Dena is concerned, let's look at the timeline there as well. IRIS Dena left the MILAN exercise on the 25th. It had been invited to participate in a fleet review in Visakhapatnam. It left Visakhapatnam on the 25th. On the 4th of March 2026, while it was in an exclusive economic zone, approximately 40 to 45 nautical miles off the coast of Sri Lanka, so therefore in international waters, an American submarine torpedoed IRIS Dena. On the 4th of March 2026, the warship sank near Galle in Sri Lanka, and distress call did come after the explosion on the 4th of March itself. On the 5th, rescue operations for survivors were initiated on the part of Sri Lankan authorities. So let's take this across to our guests as well. General Kocher, coming to you now. So that's, of course, the sequence of events pertaining to the two Iranian ships in the Indian Ocean. Like Commander Jaitley said, we're not necessarily the headmaster of the Indian Ocean, but as far as IRIS Dena is concerned, the other criticism that's been brought the government's way is that this particular ship, IRIS Dena, was a guest of the Indian Navy. It had come to participate in a naval exercise in Visakhapatnam upon our invitation, and therefore, while it was going back to Iran and happened to be in the Indian Ocean, the Americans seized upon the opportunity since the conflict had broken out and decided to torpedo it. So does this come as a bit of an embarrassment for India? Because this was, after all, a ship that was invited by us. The reason why it was here in the first place is because we had invited it.
Siddharth, see, timelines are very important, and I'm glad that you showed the timelines here. Because 25th of February, this ship leaves the Indian shore. The war had not started by then.
No. Yeah.
And what is important to understand here is that the sailing orders are issued to the ship by their command and chain authority, command and controlling chain. And the Iranian ship must have got clearance from its superiors to sail out. Now, India has no role to play here because as soon as the exercise is over, something like we loosely actually call in the Indian Army कि एक बार अगर आपको movement order दे दिया जाए, फिर उसके बाद आपको responsibility नहीं रहती उस organization.
Okay.
So similarly, once it has sailed out, the responsibility of the Indian government actually ceases, and then the security of that vessel is of its own. Thereafter, the Indian government is not going to provide you security, even if you are sailing in a exclusive economic zone of Sri Lanka or international waters. And what is important here is, I think, there has been a tactical mistake on the part of the Iranian authorities, because they should have realized it, that once the war has started, this ship should have actually docked in one of the ports. It could have been Sri Lanka or it could have been India. They wouldn't have been allowed to actually move out of the Indian docks. I think then this incident could have been avoided. But I don't think it is the responsibility of the government any longer. You want the ship, sails out.
All right. So that's something that's been comprehensively dealt with now. The multiple dimensions surrounding the torpedoing of IRIS Dena and, of course, also the docking of IRIS Lavan.